Hello again there, folks. Here. Last time we escaped the garbage. We are no longer amongst the trash. How unfortunate for us. We are no longer allowed to be a raccoon. Now we have to go to the gym. Talk to Monokuma.
Well now.
I'll just leave that. Hey.
Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here?
That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
You're supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. But now I gotta punish you again! And this time I won't leave anything to chance.
Kyoko! Do whatever you feel you have to.
What?
However...
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh? I lose? Hey! You explain yourself! What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set up the latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right?
Hey, what are you talking about?
However...
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't what you were expecting. Because you would never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. Now, more than that, you must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well. Dots.
However...
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that would come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did. Monokuma says nothing. So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right?
And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto? Well? And you can prove this, right?
Well...
No, I can't.
Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence.
That doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time I can guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because...
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. You would have been gripped by the despair you love so much to inspire.
However...
Irresistible. Well, here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck? What's that supposed to be enough to convince me? And that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
Indeed.
It's not that I'm trying to convince you. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
Indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because of what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey.
He grumbled. Of course, you can say that we're making it all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Angry Monokuma noises. If you want to earn our despair fair and square... I don't think he meant to rhyme.
That's what we have to do.
Then I suggest you take my advice.
So, what's this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time, you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown.
One-
One final battle between hope and despair.
That's bullshit. Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Dots.
Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed.
Very...
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes.
Oh, great.
Now, what you suggested might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? It would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'll pre-bared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out? Or will my despair claim victory?
That still counts.
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown.
He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
Barrett!
Can we stop with the bear puns yet, Monokuma?
But this is a long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
Guys!
So this is the final face-off. You'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here.
All the mysteries?
That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that,
Can barely contain myself!
then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory.
it's true.
Or for what? Victory for you. That's what we've been trying to do all along.
Okay, well, good. Then let's bear it all. If you claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of this school,
Guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that,
We'll face execution, right?
I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me?
We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
listen to me.
When we've uncovered the last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? Told you this is a reason why there's a despair counter. Honestly can't believe how this all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
hey,
I just wanted to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement.
You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations. And having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that.
Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would mean that whoever killed Mukuro...
It's very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step into Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Dots. Yeah? Why'd he get quiet all of a sudden? Hoo-hoo.
Now I'm really angry!
I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would ya?
Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here.
Oh, okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? Dots.
Huh, I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Yeah, you do that.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Oh, okay. Maniacal giggling. I guess. Thanks for that. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. Just like that, we were out of the gym. Now we're gonna have to talk to everybody else. Including Hina. Dots. I can barely believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Yeah, Kyoko? Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Yeah, we're doing that a lot, aren't we? Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you. Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is ahead of us. Yeah, true. But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the Mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
So...
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because...
It's all because of that one moment that the Mastermind let their guard down. Like I said. Let their guard down? So when was it that the Mastermind let their guard down?
So...
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the Mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that. And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airways seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, this kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow, the Mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it in another way. They must have had some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so...
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
It would seem...
The Mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
In other words,
So the Mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show it off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world was the name of... The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak Academy, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those who represent hope to kill each other and sink into despair, the Mastermind wants the world to see that and try to prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal, is the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But what if this is really their only reason for... Is that really the only reason? To make the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet... That same motivation is what led to the Mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The Mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the Mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least, that's how those watching this would have seen it. And that's why the Mastermind couldn't have killed any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead, they tried to use a class trial following their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the Mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire world, the Mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect
In
form.
other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Still, I can't believe how much the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet. But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. I just kind of took those two sentences and mashed them together because I can't read. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell that you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd shown my uneasiness, that would have made you act that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Well, at least you realize it, Makoto. Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we have done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
correct.
We've won every other time. Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. Well, yeah. There's no option except to win.
Hey.
That's how it's been this whole time. But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who the real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
However,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Anyway, right now we have to find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in the dorm somewhere. Shall we go? Yeah, I guess. Is anybody in the halls? My shift key ain't working. Do I have to go knock on some doors? Maybe I go into the kitchen? The dining hall? Hello? And suddenly we were greeted with... Hey. Yeah? You again. Is he broken? I suppose his emotional instability reached its limit. He's not even saying words. Okay. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what all that was about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief.
Ah!
Is that Makoto?
You guys!
Gasp.
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
You survived?
Toko, you even look happy to see me.
Jeez. You're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
But I'm your pet cockroach.
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Shut up, Hagakure. Everyone was there. All of my friends who had struggled together and survived. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. It's okay to cry.
What?
What? Wait. What's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks.
It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog.
Get away! Shoo! Shoo! Now they're not happy to see you anymore. And in a flash, my tears dried up. That's because you smell like garbage. I know it's not your fault, but you smell like trash. Yo!
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in extended happy reunion. We needed to explain to everyone what happened with
Yes.
Monokuma. Explain? Explain what? But it is okay for you to be here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
It's related to what I have to tell you all. Don't tell me, did he turn into a ghost?
But
Does he look transparent to you?
That's just a silly superstition. If ghosts were see-through, they wouldn't lead normal lives.
Okay, that's enough. Talking to you makes me want to lay down and go to sleep.
It's because talking to him kills your brain cells. What I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial.
his class trial.
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial.
What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? No. No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer, and of course, it's not me or any of you. Then who did it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time, and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap, did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just... you know.
however,
But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went to negotiate with them to have a trial one more time.
And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules?
They had no doubt, they had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said, now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. It's not surprising, because your brain's a bloomin' onion. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again. Later. So, knowing all of this, what do we do now?
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind.
But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school.
Every last mystery? But we've been looking all around this whole time, and we still don't know anything, right?
Anyway,
You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Everyone!
I hate you.
Hey! Who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us? I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible.
anyway,
Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
In other words, one decisive final battle. Rather interesting development, I'd say.
But
Figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro and all the school's mysteries.
It's a pretty tall friggin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. If we work together to search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Girl,
anyway,
why? You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
indeed.
That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint?
It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but... Okay, enough funs. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step into Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students.
I see.
Monokuma said that, did he? Then Kyoko's opinion is perfectly reasonable.
But why?
So, in other words,
If the mastermind really is one of the people who really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot into this school, right? Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is... Yes, one of us, we already know that. There were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro, and you get 16. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
That's right.
And not of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it? You're saying the mastermind is one of us!
No way!
Can't be serious.
Wait, we can't say that for sure if that's true yet. Monokuma might have said that just to confuse us.
Indeed.
Certainly is a possibility, but the only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair, so they must be a high schooler. You can't say it's not possible. If one of us is the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but...
I don't care how sneaky you are. We didn't notice somebody sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
Then maybe Monokuma is just on autopilot. Maybe they have loaded it up with dialogues and actions beforehand. That doesn't make any sense. In that case, then there's no way he would have had all of those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Ding dong bing bong.
This is a school announcement.
It sure is.
You've all probably figured this out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Woo.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock every room in the school. Look wherever you want. Solve the mystery in whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Okay. Maniacal laugh. Now, very magnanimous of him to unlock all of the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway.
In the name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. What are you gonna do? Cut yourself and throw it around in, like, freaking divination? I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility. Well then. After making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Master! He didn't take me with him!
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream, or coffee. What are you talking about? You're totally useless. So bye. With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall, and now she's gone. You're gonna go by yourself, right, Kyoko? That's right. Just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me. The three idiots.
You know?
The three stooges. In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just waiting to see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Sure you will. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall.
Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves.
What about you, Hina?
I guess I'll do the same.
But,
I mean, it's not like I don't trust anyone, you know?
I mean,
But up till now, I haven't really been all that useful.
Yeah, you really haven't.
I just depended on Sakura and everyone else.
You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died.
Makoto!
What are you talking about?
That's really nice of you to say.
but...
But still, I know I've been totally useless.
Okay.
It's because you are useless.
So I figure at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help all of us get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do all of my own, do it all on my own. Okay, see you later.
Ugh. Hina was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two. Okay, well, next is going to be the final investigation. And my throat's getting tired, so, like, having all that noise. I'll see you in the next one, folks. Later.
Boop, boop, boop.